Hello everyone, welcome to the second SpearCenter of the fall 2022 semester. I'm your host, Aiden Bostic.
And I'm your other host, Titus Wilkinson.
Let's kick things off with football. On September 24th, the Spartans took on Western Michigan University on home turf here at SEPT Stadium. Here's Spear football beat writer Matt Weiner with the details.
It began with San Jose State cornerback Kenyon Reed sweeping in from the secondary for a crucial fourth down stop on the Spartans' 8-yard line. The play sparked a lively energy that fled through Sept Stadium during San Jose State's 34-6 rout over Western Michigan. SJSU quarterback Siobhan Cordero completed 15 of his first 19 passes as he finished with 250 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I feel like I was just chilling in the pocket the whole game, so it felt good.
The Hawaii transfer helped out as a receiver as well, flipping his hips and making a smooth back shoulder catch off of a dime from Elijah Cooks.
We was working that play all week, and I call myself an athlete. I feel like I can do everything, and I feel like I showed it with catching that ball, and hopefully we install some more plays.
The sweet pitch and catch set up Kyrie Robinson for a bone-rattling 5-yard touchdown run, putting the Spartans up 10-0 in the second quarter. He would end with a career-high 81 rushing yards and his first time ever scoring 2 touchdowns in the same game.
The O-line just been doing their thing the whole game. From that play, from the beginning of the play to the whole game, they was doing their thing. It worked up to the backer, and I just seen cut off a little and made a play.
The Spartans' lead would grow to 24-0 after a stunning grab from Elijah Cooks in the back of the end zone, and Charles Ross going 39 yards down the middle of the field for his first touchdown of the season. Western Michigan's Sean Tyler returned the ensuing kickoff 99 yards to make the score 24-6 in the third quarter. But thanks to a fast, fearless, and relentless defense, the Broncos would be held scoreless for the remainder of the game. It was the first time since 2012 in a 12-0 win over Navy, the Spartans' defense pitched a shutout.
I thought our defensive front was fantastic. Those fourth down stops, which is kind of something that they do. Those fourth down stops that we have, we treat those as turnovers. Those are forced turnovers. We get the ball back on that play. So this was an awesome win for us against a really good, tough football team, and I'm excited about what this team's doing right now.
A statement win for the Spartans. However, they kept their foot on the gas pedal for all 4 quarters. To stay up to date with anything Spartan football, follow Matt on Twitter at MattWeiner20.
For further analysis of the football team and for the future outlook of the rest of the season, Matt is joining us in studio alongside Spear reporters Nathan Canilau and Aikman Fang.
We are outside the studio talking to football beat Spear reporter Matt Weiner. Matt, what did you think about Saturday's win in San Jose against Western Michigan?
Right, and it was just a complete rout. Really in every sense of the word, there wasn't ever a chance where Western Michigan was in it. But I want to take it back to before the game even started, especially with the black 408 jerseys. It just created this atmosphere, and it just created this energy amongst the entire Sept Stadium where it was from the press box, you could reach out, just grab it, and then take a bite out of it like it was an apple. And I think that set a precedent going forward. I think it just set a tone where the players fed off of it, the fans then fed off the players, feeding off their energy, and it was this perfect ping pong game of energy. And you saw that the way they played, it was fast, relentless, and I think the way Brennan described in his presser afterwards is they just cut loose. It was fast, loose football.
Matt, my question to you is about the Nevada transfers, Justin Lockhart, Charles Ross, and Elijah Cooks. I know you've been to a lot of practices this season. Was this the expectations going into the season that all these guys were going to step up and carry the passing offense? Siobhan Cordero has played well, but the receivers from Nevada have just been great, especially with Lockhart coming to this game. He has 10 receptions 3 games into the season, 190 yards, but also has Charles Ross and Elijah Cooks. Have they met your expectations or have they exceeded them?
Well, the expectation part of this is interesting. So we know going into the season, there was going to be Elijah Cooks, and Justin Lockhart. What many fans forgot about is Charles Ross, who is also a Nevada transfer and was one of the original guys the former Nevada wide receivers coach, Eric Scott, pretty much brought over when he went over to San Jose State in 2021. However, Charles Ross, the reason why not many people have just or were keeping up with him before the season is because he got hurt against Wyoming, ironically enough, and then didn't play really second half of the year. And he didn't do much against Portland State. He was still finding just the conditioning and everything. And so when you see him against Auburn, that's when the expectations were wait, there was this guy underneath. It was like finding the loose change in the couch. You're I'm looking for the remote, but I just found, the Sacagawea coin? It's like the silver, the dollar coin, however much that's worth, but that's what it felt like.
One of the big breakout games that we saw from the roster was running back Kyrie Robinson. He had 2 touchdowns. He had over 80 yards rushing. What do you think this game did for his confidence, and what do you think this game did not only for him but for the offensive line?
It's interesting now having a bunch of days to kind of let everything just resonate and soak in. I think it's one of those, we knew it. We knew there was something here, and you just kind of have, at least if you're a fan, it's like that. If you're a fan, it's just that anxiety just lowers. You're wait, we do have a running game. And it took 3 games to develop, against Portland State, not great, against Auburn, not great. But this is part of the process, is that you're having 3 out of 5 guys on the offensive line who have not played a meaningful snap of college football heading into 2022. So when you see things come together, and when you see it come together, it's a great feeling. And hopefully if you have some more time, I do want to talk about Kyrie Robinson nearly taking a life on the goal line.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so that was the play, and I think I was talking to Oglesby earlier this week about it, and he was yep, that was everything we wanted. That was everything, and what you see in that play is obviously Kyrie Robinson's truck. It's going to steal the show, right? That's just how it is. It's going to take the solo and do its own thing. However, if you really watch inside the trenches, you see this gap. It was like Moses parting the Red Sea. You just see this huge thing open up, and it's because everybody does their job. And then you also have tight end Sam Olsen doing a great job maneuvering his defender out the way, and that's what you see. It's almost like a run, like the way paint would open up for an Anthony Edwards poster. You just see things open up in just one motion, and it's just a beautiful thing to watch.
Coach, and finally, Coach Brennan, they're going to Wyoming this Saturday. He's talked about trying to get his guys ready to play in that environment. If you had one key to the game for this Saturday, what would that be?
Don't let the environment control you. And Laramie has a great environment. I really do want to go watch a game up there one day. Getting a little taste of Wyoming during basketball season, they have just, once again, a great student section. You saw how Wyoming, even though it's a different sport, it's similar concept of the players fed off of it. And when you're looking at the stands, they have the crazy overalls with the brown and then the yellow stripes. And then you also have the huge cowboy hats. I was watching the game when they knocked off Air Force 17-4. When they beat them 17-14. There was some kid with a cowboy hat that was literally this big.
Wow.
It was insane, and it was comical, but that's one of those things. And then you get trapped in that environment. Wyoming gets loud. Because okay, we're in downtown San Jose. We have things to, there's other things to do besides football. Not much else in Laramie, Wyoming besides Wyoming football, but it does help the program. It does help the team. So just don't let the environment control you.
Definitely going to be a cool environment to see on TV. They're going to be playing at Wyoming this Saturday. Matt, thank you for coming out and talking to us. We really appreciate your time, and we're going to kick it back to the studio.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Now we turn our attention to a special segment prepared by none other than our own Titus Wilkinson.
Probably just popcorn. It's pretty light, it's flavorful, it's a classic. Been having it since I was a kid. Simple as that. Sure.
Just the Mama's pancakes.
Nice. Nice. Now why is that your pick?
In high school, my mother made pancakes for me for lunch. Yes, Nutella, man. Nutella and banana.
My go-to junk food is Sour Patch Kids.
So why that?
I'm not a big sweets guy, so I always kind of choose either salty stuff or sour stuff. And for some reason, I always like the Sour Patch Kids more than I like the watermelons.
I'd say probably
Chocolate.
it just relaxes me so much when I take it. It just makes me feel like, yeah, so relaxed. I like it a lot, especially in brownies or cakes.
My favorite snack, which is really not a snack, but it's tomatoes. I could eat tomatoes all day long. I shouldn't like them because I'm allergic to them, but I love tomatoes.
I would say Tim Tams because I'm from Australia.
Nice. So why is that your pick specifically?
Well, it's like a biscuit covered in chocolate. Like it doesn't get much better.
Go-to snack would be Uncrustables.
Nice. So why is that your pick?
I like PB&J's, and I guess a couple years ago it's like a superstition. Like I played well in tournaments when I had those, so I just kept it going.
Nice.
Probably chocolate.
Sure. Why is that your pick?
It was my dad's favorite, and I've liked it ever since I was a kid.
I would say a black burrito. I think it tastes really similar to traditional Turkish food.
Apples and popcorn.
Why is that your pick?
Popcorn, you know, if you want something snacky, you could just eat a lot of it, and then apples because they're a little sweeter and crunchy.
My go-to junk food is chalabi.
Nice. So why is that your pick?
Because it's like a traditional Balkan meat food, and you can eat it with a lot of different things. It tastes amazing.
I would probably say berries. Like I love berries, all kinds of them.
Yeah. Well, why is that your pick?
Probably because you can get so many different ones. It's easy to eat. Like you can eat a bunch of them and just a few of them. Yeah, anytime I would say.
Sure.
Go-to junk slash. Oh, I'll go with Boulder chips, olive oil based.
Oh, well, why is that your pick?
I like chips.
Nice job, Titus. Head over to the Spear SJSU on YouTube for the full segment.
Now we turn our attention to volleyball.
SJSU volleyball played Fresno State on Saturday, and it was easily the Spartans' best performance of the season. Head coach Trent Kirsten burned all of his coach's challenges in the first set, and the Spartans would lose the set 29-27. The Spartans also lost the second set 25-12, and it seemed as if the Bulldogs were going to run away with the win. Down early, SJSU had to figure out something to stay in the game, and they came into the third set like a whole new team. The Spartans were firing on all cylinders in the third set, and they won it in a dominant fashion, beating the Bulldogs 25-12. They carried that momentum into the fourth set to win 25-19, tying the match 2-2. The defense and service for the Spartans picked up, allowing them to get back into it. With all of the momentum on its side, SJSU won the fifth and final set 15-18 with some clutch blocks down the line. Senior outside hitter Amethyst Harper is originally from Fresno, and she willed the Spartans to a win in her homecoming game with 16 kills and 9 digs. Redshirt sophomore Blair Fleming was named the Mountain West Player of the Week last week, and she showed everyone why against the Bulldogs with 15 kills of her own. Fifth-year libero Sarah Smevog was named Mountain West Defensive Player of the Week, and rightfully so, as she laid out for digs left and right against Fresno State. The win over the Bulldogs was a true display of the team's resilience and showed that they are a force to be reckoned with. The Spartans improved to 8-4 on the season and remain undefeated in conference play at 2-0. For all of us here at The Spear, I'm Aiden Bostic.
And I am Titus Wilkinson.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at The Spear SJSU for up-to-minute updates about all things SJSU sports related. Thank you and have a good day.